Pollution. The environment is a combination of living and non-living things such as air, soil, water, plants, animals and all other natural resources which surround us. Environment also includes all the man-made things around us like roads, buildings, bridges, etc. We are also a part of this environment. Pollution. Pollution is anything that makes the environment dirty and unhealthy. Dust particles, smoke from factories and vehicles, etc. pollute the environment. When any harmful substance enters the environment, it pollutes the environment. Some of the human developments have caused harm to the environment in many ways. Air pollution. Our Earth is surrounded by a blanket of air called atmosphere. The atmosphere protects the Earth and allows life to exist. Presence of any harmful gases or particles that are introduced into the air to disturb natural balance is called air pollution. Causes: burning of fuels in houses, emission of poisonous smoke by factories and vehicles in the air, burning of wood and petrol, which increases the level of carbon dioxide and causes global warming. Effects: polluted air affects our health. Breathing in polluted air causes many diseases and other health-related problems. Prevention: air pollution can be checked by decreasing the burning of fuels, by promoting afforestation, by using filters in the chimneys of the factories or houses to filter out harmful substances. Water pollution. Water pollution is caused due to contamination of water bodies. Throwing harmful substances or garbage into water bodies, such as rivers, ponds and lakes, make the water polluted. It has very harmful effect on the aquatic life living in it. Using polluted water by human beings, animals and plants cause several health problems. Causes: discharging harmful industrial wastes and chemicals into water bodies, throwing household waste into the rivers, bathing domestic animals and washing clothes in ponds and rivers. Leakage from oil tanks pollutes ocean and sea water. Effects: polluted water affects the life of plants and animals. Drinking polluted water causes a number of diseases for both humans and animals. Prevention: treat sewage and check wastes of the factories before releasing them into the water bodies. Avoid throwing wastes in water. Clean rivers and ponds regularly. Land pollution. Land pollution refers to the contamination of the Earth's natural land surface due to industrial, commercial, domestic and agricultural activities. When we dump waste and garbage from homes, hospitals, offices, marketplaces, etc. on land, it pollutes the land. The causes of land pollution are given below. Causes: frequent use of fertilizers and pesticides, throwing garbage and plastics in the open. Effects: land pollution harms the life of humans and animals. It also damages the soil and vegetation and makes agricultural food items harmful to consume, as it contains pesticides in huge amount. Land also loses its fertility. Prevention: do not use plastic bags. Instead use jute or cloth bags. Avoid throwing wastes on land. Control the use of fertilizers and pesticides for growing crops. Waste: the leftover part of something which is no longer useful to us is known as waste. Waste produced in households, factories and industries can be broadly classified into two categories: biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Biodegradable waste: wastes generated from plants and animals, such as vegetable and fruit peels, meat and bones, flowers, leaves and paper are called biodegradable wastes. Biodegradable waste rots and mixes with the soil. It can be decomposed by microorganisms such as bacteria, enzymes, and fungi. It can be converted into manure by the process called composting, which is good for growing plants. Non-biodegradable waste. Wastes, such as polybags, plastic packaging materials, metal cans, glass and plastic bottles which do not rot and mix with soil is called non-biodegradable waste. This kind of waste harm the environment. Waste disposal. The disposal of the waste is a big concern. If the waste is not disposed properly, it can cause germs and can spread diseases. The waste should never be thrown in a river or a lake, as it causes water pollution. Burning of waste pollutes the atmosphere and causes air pollution. If the waste is buried in land, it pollutes the land and groundwater. Therefore, it is important to dispose the waste in a proper way. Reduce, reuse and recycle. Some waste can be recycled and reused. Recycling is the process of reusing a product or producing a new product from the used material or waste. To save the environment, we should adopt the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce. Reduce the use of things that create non-biodegradable waste. We should always use the resources carefully. We often buy more than what we need and eventually end up throwing out the rest of it. Reuse. Non-biodegradable waste can be reused for household needs. Plastic bottles can be used to store water. Empty bottles of jam or pickle can also be used to store things in the kitchen. Donate your old clothes, unused items to the person who need it. Try to reuse things to save the environment. Thus, non-biodegradable wastes can be reduced by reusing things instead of throwing them. Recycle. There are many things which once used cannot be reused instantly. Such things can be used to make some other useful things. This is called recycling. Recycling can save resources as well as energy. Old plastic bottles, glass, metals, etc. can be recycled. Sell these things to a scraper collector. By adopting these 3 R's, we can help keep the environment clean and healthy. Conserving the environment. Now, we know how pollution harms our environment and health. We should take the following measures to prevent it. Trees produce oxygen and clean up the environment. So, we should plant more trees to increase fresh air and reduce pollution. Vehicles should be checked regularly so that they do not emit harmful smoke. Factories should have high chimneys so that polluted air is expelled at a height without affecting the environment close to the surface of the earth. We should bury green garbage and dry leaves in a compost pit and use them as manure. Villagers should not bath their cattle in the ponds, lakes or rivers. Use paper or cloth bags instead of plastic bags. Use carpooling or public transports as much as possible. Keep clean your house and your surroundings. Throw waste or household garbage in a garbage bins instead of throwing them on roadsides or drains.